Draymond Green to Andre Iguodala in transition, alley-oop. That's how it's done.
Those two guys are going to be keys for them against the Pelicans until Steph comes back. Not so much this part of their game, but the ability of these guys to hit wide open shots, because they are going to get wide open shots.
And I think it's more important that they shoot them and shoot them with confidence more so than going in, because their natural flow led the NBA in assists the last 4 years. You need to take those shots.
Absolutely right.
Moving on to Bucks at Celtics. Marcus Smart back in the lineup. Finds Al Horford, been in the lineup. Full extension dunk, 22 from Horford last night.
I want to give Horford credit. He's a guy whose production always is bigger than his stat line would show you. Last night, though, had a big stat line, 22 and 14 in a game they needed it because Jason Tatum was not playing well. But I know you like what Marcus Smart gives him.
Oh, man, it's the intangibles. That's what Coach Stevens talks about after the game. It's not the stats. It's the energy. It's the boost he gives the team.
Finally, Heat at Sixers. Ben Simmons threading the needle, finds Robert Covington. Philly moving on to the second round.
They need more from Robert Covington in the next round, no matter who they're playing. I don't think necessarily you're going to get everything you got from J.J. Redick in round 2 that you got from him in round 1 as your leading scorer. Covington is one of the guys on the team that can play better.
Yes, people look at Philly as a jump shooting team, but, man, their passing ability is really special also.
All right, guys, time for In or Out. Yesterday, Jerry Jones came out and said there's no chance Dez is coming back to the Cowboys. CCU in or out on the Cowboys offense being just as effective without Dez?
Yeah, I don't think it's that hard to replace that productivity that Dez has had the last 3 years. I believe that Allen Hurns, he's going to take a huge bulk of that, and he's not the prototypical X receiver. Jerry talks about a big guy playing to the boundary, but I believe he's a better route runner. I believe he's better after the catch than Dez. So I'm in.
I'm in as well. I don't think you're going to be able to replace, like, the Dez Bryant clips we show of the acrobatic jumping over a guy making a catch, some of the spectacular plays. But where Dez wasn't...
Don't all NFL receivers kind of make those plays, though, Nick?
I think Dez is better at those than Allen Hurns. I think Dez is better at those than whomever's going to take his position. But where I think whomever takes his position will be better at Dez at is just catching the football. Where Dez was 33 out of 36 qualifying receivers on completion percentage on passes to him. On yards after catch, where he was 88th in the NFL. Those things that aren't as spectacular can help upgrade or can help you maintain that level of production.
All right, yesterday, Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen said that he would love to have the pressure of being the #1 overall pick. Allen also added that he's had visits with every team that holds the top 5 pick. Nick, you in or out on Josh Allen being the first overall pick tomorrow?
I'm out on it happening, and I'm out on if I would do it. I'm out in this in all regards. Josh Allen will break every precedent if he ends up being a super high-level NFL quarterback. There's a great article yesterday on SB Nation talking about whatever historical metric you want to use, whether it be quarterback rating in college, competition in college, completion percentage. Josh Allen is an outlier of all of these. So I root for all these guys to succeed because it's better. The more better players, the better it is for everybody. But I'm out on this. I don't see it. I can't envision it.
I've been on top of this for 4 months. This is the first time I'm going to say I'm out. And the reason why I believe Cleveland, they do have some interest in Baker Mayfield. I do believe Sam Darnold is the best quarterback, but if they're interested in Baker Mayfield, I believe Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield at 1 or 4. I don't believe they might select a quarterback at 1. They might select Barkley at 1 and they get the quarterback at 4. So I'm out as far as Josh Allen, the first time I've been out.
All right, on to the NBA. The Cavs will host the Pacers in a pivotal Game 5 tonight. LeBron had 32 points, 13 boards, 7 assists to even the series up at 4 games apiece. Chris, you in or out on the Cavs winning Game 5 tonight?
I'm in. They should win at home. Huge advantage for them playing there in Cleveland. And also, I believe that they're starting to figure out. That's what these series, they take on a couple lives of themselves. When you get to around Game 5, then you start to see the teams that can figure out. And I believe that Ty Lue, the sets that the Pacers were running, also being able to slow down Oladipo. Man, slowing him down the last couple of games, I believe will pay dividends in game number 5. Cavs get it done.
I'm in on the Cavs winning tonight. The Oladipo thing's interesting. He's been a different player since he missed that shot to tie up Game 2 when they could have stolen that. He had 5 shots in Game 3. He was 5 of 20 in Game 4. Part of that is the Cavs started trapping him near the half court to make the ball get out of his hands. Cavs defense has been excellent. Cavs offense has been horrific. I just think the Cavs offense will start hitting shots, particularly at home. This is now their new biggest game of the season. I think they win. I think they cover the 6.5.
All right, the Thunder are in a win or a go-home game tonight against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz. Utah has won the last 3 games by an average of 12 points. Nick, you in or out on Utah closing out the Thunder tonight?
I am out on the Jazz closing out the Thunder tonight. I think the Jazz will win this series. I will be shocked if OKC comes back from 3-1 down. However, you're an elimination game. You do have the more talented roster. Russ is, I would have to imagine, going to play better than he played in Game 4, and I don't think Donovan Mitchell will play as well as he played in Game 4. For all those reasons, I'm out on this. I think the Thunder extend this series by 1 game tonight.
Yeah, I believe the Jazz are a better team. I believe it's very, very difficult. Also, looking at the celebration that occurred after game number 4, Donovan Mitchell, Ricky Rubio, there with the crowd. I believe as young players, that's hard to be able to understand and move on from winning a game like that. So OKC wins tonight's game and extended to Game 6 back in Utah.
All right, yesterday reports came out that the Pelicans are hesitant to give Boogie Cousins a max deal this offseason. Cousins recovering from an Achilles injury. And New Orleans looked pretty good sweeping Portland without him. CC, you in or out on the Pelicans giving Boogie a max deal?
I'm out. And the reason why is age. Also, I'm out because I believe it gives them less flexibility moving forward in the long term. And Boogie, this is the only place he's been comfortable since he's left Kentucky. So that's not lost on me. You know, him being just now getting comfortable there, that can he continue a situation like that? That right there, I'm more worried about overall locker room chemistry, and the style of play. I love how they've played since he's been hurt. That fast pace and being one of the better teams in the NBA.
I think you can make the argument that this team is better without Boogie. I think the stats would say this team's better without Boogie, playing this style, playing with Anthony Davis at the 5, with Mirotic as the 4, playing that super fast pace. With that said, though, I'm in on them giving him a max deal because you can then trade that contract like you saw the Clippers do with Blake Griffin. Another guy with injury concerns, another guy with some chemistry concerns, seeing as how he had broken his hand by punching a team trainer a few years ago. I just don't think you can let an asset like that walk out the door and get nothing in return from it. So even if I don't envision Boogie being on the Pelicans roster when they're in the playoffs next year, I would still give him that contract because I think you got to get something back from him, some pieces back for a player that valuable.
And this information being leaked, I believe the Pelicans leaked this information so they can see how teams would respond to it. Also, maybe personally get a reaction from Boogie Cousins. What is he going to be like if we don't offer him the max contract, which I believe is a big deal, his overall attitude.
That's a good point. All right, we're going to take a break. Coming up, the draft is just a day away. Charles Davis joins us to break it all down next on First Things First.